All right, we are currently looking at gold. I am currently in gold buys and I'm up 3100 USD. I want to give you guys a trade breakdown because you guys seem to love these trade breakdown videos. So I'm going to give you guys a trade breakdown of why I got into this trade and where I think this market is going to head to coming into next week. So currently we are in gold buys. I actually took a loss on gold within this week, right? I'm going to put a screenshot up here and I'm going to also explain that loss. So why did I enter buys on gold? This is the 4-hour time frame, as you can see. Gold, at this point, gold sold off right here. And I explained this in the previous video. When it came back up here, it made a lower high, right? But then made a higher low. So I was thinking, okay, buys. So I had marked this level out and I was expecting the market to break this level. So give me an indication, a correction, and then I would have taken buys from this level. But then when the market broke above here, it gave us a small indication, which is still valid, but it gave us a very, very small indication. So I had to wait because I know at this level, sellers are seated right here. It gave us a small indication, then it sold off. I was like, all right, cool. It might be making a higher low, which it ended up making. But then coming back up from this higher low, price failed to go back up and make a higher high. Cool, which then created a lower high. So I marked this level out. This was my recent higher low. But when price made a lower high and then ended up breaking this level and made a lower low, my bias had changed from buys to sells because I was like, okay, right now the market is breaking structure and it seems like it's building to the downside. My only mistake here, and this is a screenshot of the loss that I took. My only mistake here is that I did not wait for a full indication and a correction, right? When I saw price break below this level, I immediately entered sales, which was a mistake. I was anticipating price to break this level, go back up and make a lower high, then come back below this level so that we could sell off potentially to down here or down here. But my only mistake was I did not wait for the correction. I got that indication, I immediately entered sales and I ended up losing. So that is a lesson for you guys. Always wait for the indication and the correction and then enter at the continuation. Because if I had waited for this market to indicate, correct, and see that it made a lower high, come back down, that would have been my entry. But anyways, that's where I took my loss. I entered sales right here. Price gave me a little bit of profit, but then reversed and then hit my stop loss. So if we switch to the 1-hour time frame, we can see price broke through this level. But when price got to this level, it stopped and then it started buying up. We had all this bullish momentum right here, which started building higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then when the market created this new higher low, I was like, okay, sales are off the table. So when the market created a higher high, a higher low, came up, created a higher high, and then created a higher low, I marked out this level and I was waiting for an indication above this level, a correction, and when price got back above this level, I was thinking buys. Price ended up giving me an indication. I trade ICC for everybody that's new here, right? So that's indication, correction, and continuation. Price ended up giving me an indication and then we corrected. Remember, we have this higher low right here. So as long as price has not broken below this higher low, I am still going to think buys. Price struggled around here for a little bit. It consolidated for a little bit, but then eventually price ended up coming back above this level. This was my entry. And my confirmation for entering buys right here was 1, price is already building higher highs, higher lows. So this was a reversal. We have this zone, our recent lower high. We have our lower low. But when price got here, it started building higher high, higher low. Once it created this high and created this low, I marked out this high, which then it ended up breaking, giving me my indication, and then it gave me a correction. But then the correction made a higher low here that it ended up respecting around 4 times. So I was like, okay, at this zone, price is not trying to go any lower than this. That was my second confirmation for me to enter this trade. So we have our key zone, we have our indication, we have our correction. So when price bought back above my key level, so the initial indication zone, I entered buys. My stop loss is down here, but I'm thinking of moving it to this point because this is a respected low, right? But currently my stop loss is down here. And when price got back above this zone, it ended up buying, which then ended up breaking this higher low that we had created previously. So my first target is up here. What I am anticipating for next week is price to get to this zone because this is another level of sellers, right? And once it gets here, price might have some selling reaction because this is a level of sellers. So what I'm going to be looking for next week is if price comes up here, gets some selling momentum, sells off, but creates a higher low, as long as it hasn't broken this previous low. If it ends up making a higher low right here and then going back up, I'm going to be anticipating price to break this zone and then go back up and do something like this. And if it does something like this, I'm going to be holding this trade all the way back up to the all-time highs. If price ends up coming to this zone, selling off and creating a higher low, then comes back up and breaks back above this zone. I'm going to be holding this trade all the way back up to the all-time highs, which is this black line that we have up here. So that's what I'm looking for next week. But as I always tell you guys, just because I'm telling you this might happen doesn't mean it's going to happen. We cannot control how the market moves. And that's why I mark out my key zones and I let the market show me what it's trying to do. So as I have explained to you guys, I have this higher low and I have this higher low. As long as the market hasn't broken these two, I'm going to be thinking buys. So if the market keeps on going up, cool, we are going to keep on buying. But this video is not me telling you for sure that the market is going to go up. The market might just come back down and do something like this, right? Break this and then just continue selling off, right? It might do this instead. But that is my anticipation for next week. I am currently holding this trade. And like I told you guys, if the market ends up coming to this zone and sells off but creates a higher low, then comes back above this level, I am going to wait for an indication, have a correction, and when the price comes back above this level again, I'm going to be looking for more buys. I'm going to add more positions and hold this trade all the way back up to the all-time highs. That's what I'm anticipating for next week, and that's my current trade breakdown. I hope you guys found this useful and I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.